Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. This is All Outdoor One. Today I'm just trying to develop my own fire lighting tinder. Obviously there are already plenty of them on the market already, but this one's going to be just for me, and I wanted to make something that is more or less sustainable and also environmentally friendly. You know, there are good tinders out there, such as wet fire tinder. That's probably my best synthetic tinder. You know, it floats on water and still stays lit and is very kind of waterproof. But the downside of that is that it has to be in its protective wrapper, otherwise its potency decreases over time. But I wanted something that could last forever pretty much, only using natural ingredients. So as a container I'm using this little mince tin, sugar-free mince. I think I've got them at a supermarket somewhere. You can find something similar, but it's just a nice convenient fire retardant way to carry your tinder basically. So the ingredients I'm planning to use for this fire tinder is basically some cotton bandaging, some Maya dust, a couple of candles, and some cotton thread. One of the main features of this tinder, it needs to be easily lightable with either lighter, matches, or a fire steel. It has to be able to take a spark, otherwise it's not much good to me. I may or may not use some lighter fluid. We'll see how it goes without first. Obviously you've got a problem with evaporation, so you'd have to trap the liquid somehow, maybe with wax, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So first of all I'm going to chop up this bandage and yeah, get some little squares out of it to basically match the shape of the tin. Should probably be easy with scissors. Okay, so we now have 6 layers of the bandage, cotton bandage cloth. And next up we're going to start adding some wax. So I've melted a little wax in there, as you can see now. I'm going to put in the first layer of the bandage. I'm going to heat it from the bottom now and get that wax melted again. And while the wax is still hot on this layer, I'm going to get some of this Mayan wood powder dust and just sprinkle liberally on top. Push that down into the wax. Try and get it as compact as possible, because then that maximizes the amount of fuel that you can place inside the container. Now this is a bit of trial and error. I haven't done this type of fire lighting tinder before, so see how good it comes out in the end. Now another layer of the cotton gauze, and again I'm going to cover it in wax. Right, so that's basically 4 layers now, consisting of 5 layers of the cotton, 4 layers of wax, and 4 layers of the Mayan firewood dust. The final level is going to be a double cloth one, because I'm hoping that this should catch a spark quite nicely. I'm just going to seal up around the edges. Just gave it a fine thin sprinkling of the Mayan dust, and now I'm just going to give it 5 minutes to cool down and set, and then we'll see what we've got. Alright folks, so we've now had a few minutes to settle down. It's cooled off now. Just added a couple of Ranger bands to the outside just to help the lid stay secure. 1 will be enough, but 2 means that you can use 1 for emergency fire lighting as well, or both if you absolutely have to. Cheap and easily replaceable, so not a big problem. Also added a little fire steel inside to make it an all-inclusive fire lighting unit. Right, let's see what we can do. Going to try a different striker. Doesn't seem to want to catch with a fire steel too easily, which is a shame. Try a little reconfiguration. Scrape it up a little bit basically. Right, well basically I've concluded that's not a good enough top layer. We need something a bit more flammable on top, something that will catch a spark more easily. Actually, before I add anything else, I'm just going to light it with a lighter, and I have a theory that once it's burnt down a little bit it will catch a spark more readily, so we'll just see if that works. Well, it catches really nicely with a lighter, that's for sure, as you'd expect. just blowing onto it. It's got a little bit of flame of wind resistance, not too much. You know, shielded. That'll definitely get your fire lit. So I'm just going to snuff it out now after it's been burning for a couple of minutes. Nice and easy to extinguish. Now I'm hoping that the charring should act like char cloth and should take a spark more readily now. Nope, still not working out for me. Oh, there we go. Just as I suspected, caught on the nicely charred bit. So you have to kind of break it in for fire steel use. But from there on out, let's just check that wasn't a fluke. From there on out, should be good to go. It does catch fairly easily. But ultimate test is we'll see how well it works in the field. I'll be using it on my next trip, so be sure to tune into that and find out how well this actually works. Okay, that's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching. All your comments and support genuinely appreciated. Take care for now, have fun, and remember, the best survival tool is ingenuity. Take care.